People started getting personal. Chore, chore, chore. I'm like, what is happening? And I am at home. My parents, so there कुछ नहीं और चल रहा था न्यूज़ पे, सिर्फ कोरोना और ये बादशाह ने किया चोरी, बादशाह ने किया चोरी. What do you mean बादशाह ने किया चोरी? I'm back in Chandigarh. I'm spending time with family. So this is a break which I didn't realize I needed, and I'm just I'm honestly I'm really happy to stay home. I would like to thank the police people and everyone who've just stood in the front line and battling it. And that staying at home is the last thing that is the smallest thing that anybody can do. I got in touch with Jackie. I was like, Jackie, there's one song that I really want to listen to. Just listen to it, and I'd love it if you jump on it. भाई हमने रिसर्च किया हुआ है. दिस इज अ फोक सॉन्ग. किसी राइटर को क्रेडिट नहीं मिला हुआ है इसका. बट the amount of hate I started getting. But back in the day, we didn't even know. Like हम बोलते थे अरे गोविंदा का गाना है या माधुरी का गाना है. इन सब के नाम लेके हम बोलते थे कि इनका गाना है. We didn't know who the singer was.
Welcome to the virtual version of Speakeasy. My name is Rudrani, and I am going to be in conversation with Badshah, Mr.
What
Aditya
is up,
Singh.
guys? Yes.
ऐसा पहले हमने कभी नहीं इंटरव्यू किया है, तो हर
No.
चीज की एक नई फीलिंग होती है. दिस इज आवर न्यू थिंग दैट वी हैव डन ड्यूरिंग दिस
Yeah.
क्वारंटाइन.
Yeah.
एंड आप मुझे बताइए, हाउ आर यू सेल्फ आइसोलेटिंग योरसेल्फ? क्या कर रहे हो आप? व्हाट्स योर स्केड्यूल लाइक?
Oh, it's actually quite similar. A lot of people are probably following the same routine. There is absolutely no routine. I mean, I wake up whenever I want to. I I go to sleep whenever I want to. I play Ludo. I play all these games. I've just started playing PUBG. Oh God, it's so addictive. And I am cooking like anybody else is cooking right now. Like everyone else is cooking right now. And but I live in Chandigarh, so I'm fortunate enough to have a small lawn where we exercise in the evening. We play badminton. I'm back in Chandigarh. I'm spending time with family. So this is a break which I didn't realize I needed, and I'm honestly I'm really happy to stay home. But at the same time, I just pray everything just finishes off, and everything people can get back to their normal lives.
I know that you put out this really cool video where you pretended to get into your very, cool car, or perhaps, you turn and you say, just stay home, I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Tell us about that, and of course the importance of staying home right now, right? And आपने क्या observe किया है चंडीगढ़ में? How do you think people are taking this seriously? What have you observed?
I so basically, um, I think we took it. We started taking it really seriously even before the lockdown happened. Like we stopped doing gigs, we stopped traveling, and we were just hoping for a lockdown to happen because otherwise a lot of people wouldn't have wanted to stay back home. Um, um, it's I think that's the only way we can break the chain.
Yeah.
That's the only way we can conquer this thing together. We just have to stay home. Chandigarh is, as compared to other places, I think it's a little better. But then again, you can't take anything for granted when it comes to a situation like Corona. Also, I think I would like to thank the police people and everyone who've just stood in the front line and battling it. And that staying at home is the last thing that is the smallest thing that anybody can do right now. So, but yeah, I've seen police going berserk on people who are trying to be smart and just getting out, and and I think it's the right thing. If you go out, you get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the need of the hour. हमको ये करना ही पड़ेगा. That's the way
It
we are.
is. It is, and it's definitely the need of the hour. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate though because a lot of daily wage workers are not able to get. Uh, but then again, everybody's making contributions, which is an amazing thing. Like from the smallest kids to the biggest of the film stars and the industrialists. I think everybody has come together to fight this together.
Who are the ones who are really keeping you engaged and entertained? The celebrities that you absolutely are finding it hilarious, thinking that hame chalo, they're they're sort of keeping the thing light and making it fun.
I follow Diplo from Major Lazer. I think he's really amazing. I just keep watching his live feed. He's DJing all the time. He's playing these new tunes. In India, I think, what do I say? I just want to give a shout out to all these YouTubers, who are putting out content after content. Um, Bhuvan, Harsh, Ashish put out something recently. So I think everybody's just trying to put out content, and everybody's just trying to go live and just try to keep everybody entertained, which is just so heartening without caring about any financial gains, and they just want to go out and be free, behave like artists for a change.
I know that there was a promotional plan involved to promote Genda Phool, which of course is released right now. It's got many views, and it's received a lot of love as well. Tell me, what was happening around the time, because this was the time when we were sort of becoming strict. What was happening around us, the lockdown was being established. तो उस समय पे क्या हुआ था, and then of course the experience of Genda Phool, and what you feel about the kind of response that you received.
I'm extremely happy with the kind of response that Genda Phool got. I'll be very honest with you. I was talking to my team. I was like, I don't know. I don't know what is going to happen with this song. I don't know if people are going to listen to it, because traditionally I come from a background where people think that I might just sample a Punjabi song or a Haryanvi song. Nobody ever thought that I'm gonna sample a Bengali song. So I loved it. My team loved it. Like, we really, really loved it. But we didn't know if people are gonna accept it, because nobody knew what Payal was saying. Of course she was sounding beautiful, but nobody knew what it was. But we're still. But so, like, I went with my conviction. I was like, let's just go ahead with the song, and then I got in touch with Jackie. I was like, Jackie, there's one song that I really want you to listen to. Just listen to it, and I'd love it if you jump on it. Um, and I made it listen. I went to her place. She heard it. Within a minute, she was like, I really want to do it. I want to do it. She loved it, and yeah, that's how Jackie happened. And me, me and Sneha, who's the director of the video, like, we were sitting, and we had this particular look that Jacqueline has in the video. We had this look in our mind, exactly that, like, curly hair, the Bengali sari, everything, like it, we had it in our minds, and we were glad that we were able to achieve that because of Shan, of course. He's such a great makeup artist. But yeah, so it was. I think it was. It's a product that was made with a lot of heart and a lot of conviction, and I'm just really happy. The kind of I was actually overwhelmed, because it literally went viral. It 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 just went viral. So, like, it charted in so many countries. It was trending in countries like Japan, Ukraine. I was like, what is this happening? Why is this happening? Like, and like, it's the beauty of the, I don't know, I think it's the beauty of the visuals, and the that folk element. And I think that is what I wanted to do with this one. Like, after Pagal, I really wanted to. So Pagal sounded like very urban. Pagal sounded like, it was sounding like anything that is going to come from their world to our world. But this particular song is something that is a representation of our culture, like everything colorful, still contemporary, still swagged out, but still have that essence, the folk essence, and the contemporary. And I've, of course, baked it in my own way. So I was really happy. I was sort of wanting such a thing to happen, but I couldn't believe it when it happened.
But were there other things that you were working on which has obviously come to a standstill because of this quarantine, जो कि शायद अभी आपको push कर दिया है आपने?
I was actually supposed to shoot a video for my follow-up single after Genda Phool. I was like, let me just. What if this song doesn't work? I don't even have another song. So we were supposed to shoot that, but It could not happen. Everything was finalized. We were
Yeah.
about to shoot, but then 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 the they said that it's a lockdown and we're going to do it. I was like, okay, no problem. But then of course, Genda Phool is still, it's growing every day.
What really happened out there, Badshah, and where was it that the original inspiration came from? Were there copyright issues? What happened there?
Rudrani, I'll tell you everything from the beginning. So I had this sample of the Dotara with me for last 5 years.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know what it is, but I just want to do something around it because it's just so amazing, the Dotara version, the that sample. So I was with Aditya Dev, who's my friend and also the programmer that I work with, and his wife is Payal Dev, who sung the Bengali lines. So it's like a family sort of a thing. And I just made him listen to the sample that I had like a year ago. I was like, uh, Dada, mere paas, I have the sample. Please listen to it. I want to work around it. He then heard it. Tung, 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 tung. He was like, "Bhai, ये तो एक तो Bengali folk song है." I was like, really? And then पायल भाभी like उन्होंने मुझे गाना सुनाया कि ये गाना है बोरो लो कर बेटी लो लो. I was like, this is such a beautiful song. I was like, भाभी मुझे नहीं पता आप क्या बोल रहे हो लेकिन बहुत सुंदर है. It sounds amazing, and especially in your voice, it it's so amazing. And then we researched about it with, and हमें ही पता चला कि it's a folk song. इसके credits किसी एक particular writer को कहीं भी registered नहीं है. No societies on YouTube. So the oldest version, oldest known recorded version was made in 1972 or 74 by a lady called Swapna Chakrabarti, where she's singing Boro Lokar Betilo, which is out there on YouTube. And it says lyrics, Geet Prachalit. That means lyrics, folk. There are tens, Rudrani, there are tens. There are 20, there are many remakes to this song, Genda Phool. People have remade it numerous times. Nowhere has anyone credited Mr. Ratan Kahar with the lyrics. Nowhere. Everywhere it's written, or it's Bengali folk, original Bengali folk. That is what is written everywhere. The latest version was done back in 2018. The credit said Bengali folk. Nowhere it was said that it's written by Ratan Kahar. The moment I make this song, suddenly suddenly this information is thrown at me कि अरे एक Mr. Ratan गा रहे हैं उनका गाना तुमने चुरा लिया. I was like, what? Who? I First of all, I don't know who this guy is. Before this song, I didn't know who this guy is. With all due respect, I'll tell you what an amazing guy is. I'll come to that later. But उसके बाद मुझे अरे मैं क्या ये कौन है? फिर मैंने कंफर्म किया कि अरे ये folk है ना. They were like, yeah, of course this is folk. We researched. जितनी भी कॉपीराइट सोसाइटीज हैं सब जगह हमने रिसर्च कर लिया. एंड देन ऑफ कोर्स आई पुट दिस पोस्ट आउट कि भाई हमने रिसर्च किया हुआ है. दिस इज अ फोक सॉन्ग. किसी राइटर को क्रेडिट नहीं मिला हुआ है इसका. बट the amount of hate I started getting, I was like I was accused of stealing someone's work. I was accused of being a thief. My parents didn't raise a thief. They raised a hardworking guy. I've been in this industry for the last 10 years. My parents, I am from a very humble background. I would not steal, especially from the guy, the Mr. Ratan Kahar. I just got hurt. So I was like, I really need to reach out to him. I don't know what it is. No matter if it's not any. So I went to the label. I was like, दे दो उसको credit. Maybe उस टाइम वो नहीं कर पाई हूँ. उस टाइम societies नहीं उनको approach कर पाई हूँ. But a lot of people believe that he sung. So why can't we credit it in his name? And then my label was also right. They were like, what if someone else कल आके बोलते कि मैंने लिखा? What are you gonna do? There is no proof. So it got really complicated. But anyway, like I tried to reach out, and in like 3-4 दिन में मुझे I somehow got on a video call with him. It was him, his son, Aditya Bhaiya. So he does not speak Hindi. He does not speak English. He only speaks in Bengali. And Aditya Bhaiya was there. He knows how to speak Bengali. मुझे नहीं पता था. And Rudrani is such an amazing soul. He's someone who should have been protected. As soon as I started talking to him, the first words he said, "Thank you, Badshah. Because of you, now finally people know me." and he was like, "Please come and see me." And then he's just 2 minutes into the call, he started singing. That's when you know he's a pure artist. He didn't care about anything. He just started singing. And you know what he sang? I asked Aditya Via. He sang. So these were the lyrics. Ki, oh friend, come and see me because I don't. My life is. I've lived too much of my life now. My life is really short, but I really want to see you. And I just broke down. I didn't know what to do, and I saw the condition he was living in, and I was like, this is the guy people are talking about. You should have credited him. Why didn't you? Where were you guys? Look at like कैसे रह रहे हैं वो अब तुम देखो. And so I sent him a certain amount of money, which obviously is no remuneration. You know, it's. I just I think I just needed to send that. It was done. मेरी पर्सनल कैपेसिटी में जो मुझसे हो सका मैंने किया. Being someone from the same fraternity. And then I told him that I'm going to come to your village. I'm going to make a song with you. We're going to record a song together. You're going to sing. I'm going to do whatever I do. We'll shoot a video in your village. You're going to be in the video. I assured him that. And as soon as this lockdown is over, Rudran, I'm telling you, I'm going to go to. But it's just so sad to see him in that situation. So I come from Punjab. Like we've got our artists here. You know, we really celebrate and we like we know who they are. But you know, looking at that guy, it really hurt me. कि अरे इतनी बार तुम कहते हो कि रीमेक हुआ उनको क्रेडिट तो अभी तक उनको क्रेडिट क्यों नहीं दिलवाया तुमने. मुझे तो इस चीज का दुख हो रहा है. 2018 में लास्ट गेंदा फूल का रीमेक हुआ था. तब कहाँ गए थे क्रेडिट दिलवाने वाले लोग यार. And then again, like I was doubly, so people started getting personal. चोर. I was like, what is happening? And I am at home. My parents, so there was कुछ नहीं और चल रहा था न्यूज़ पे, सिर्फ कोरोना और ये. बादशाह ने किया चोरी. What do you mean बादशाह ने किया चोरी? And nobody's ready to listen. Nobody's ready to accept कि कहीं कोई documentation नहीं है. But then मुझे पता चल गया it's not about credit anymore. It's just about, I don't know what it's about. But this was really bad. I was depressed. I was hurt. I should have been celebrating, but I didn't know what to do.
Tell me, Badshah, of course, अभी ये debate और भी ज़्यादा focus में है. You have actually spoken about this before when it came to you about originality versus remix. मुझे याद है कि आपने एक बार tweet भी किया था इसको लेके in one matter, saying that I will obviously try to now make lesser of remixes. I don't want to get into that zone. I remember. I'm sure you remember it. You had said I've spoken.
Yeah, I'm done with remakes. I said I'm done with remakes. Yeah. No, but okay. So again, there's a lot of difference between recreation, remixing, and sampling. These are three technically different terms. So in this song, I sampled these two folk lines, and rest of it is quite original. Like quite original, as in rest of it is an original body of work. Whatever. Like to some people it's blah, to some people it's really great. But I just sampled those two lines and the dotara. It's called sampling. I haven't gone and recreated the whole song, or I haven't gone and remixed an original song, right? It's a sampling.
I was going with the fact that right now, of course, the focus being on Masakali and what happened with people, with the entire team putting out that you destroyed a song with whether it was Rahman or whether it was the director and whether it was Prashun Joshi, all of them felt like, and of course a lot of negative criticism for the song of the remix of Masakali. That happened, and Tanishq was obviously criticized a lot.
Rudrani, it all boils down to our audience. It all boils down to people who listen to it. I mean, if there's Aankh Mare, people love it, right? It's a remake. I love it. I think it's all about perspective. If you like it, see, दो चीजें हैं. पहली चीज कि आज की डेट में कोई गाना हिट है या फ्लॉप है पता करना बहुत मुश्किल है. तो मैंने कहीं एक बात सुनी थी, बहुत ही अच्छी लगी मुझे बात. अगर आपको आज की डेट में कोई गाना अच्छा लग रहा है तो वो आपके लिए हिट है. दिस इज आपके लिए हिट है. मैटर नहीं करता उसके व्यूज कितने हैं, वो कितना कहाँ चला है. दूसरी चीज आई थिंक कई चीजों का ना ट्रेंड आता है. इस चीज का ट्रेंड है, ठीक है. अब ट्रेंड जब आते हैं तो कई चीजें उसमें अच्छी होती है और कई चीजें खराब होती है, क्योंकि ट्रेंड ट्रेंड मतलब है कि यार ये ट्रेंड है, हम ये करते हैं, सेफ्टी में चलते हैं. फॉर मी, इफ अ रीमेक इज डन राइट, इफ आई लाइक इट, I like it. If I don't like it, I don't like it. But then again, it all boils down to the audience. अगर audience को पसंद नहीं आ रहा है तो वो अच्छा नहीं है. But अगर audience को पसंद आ रहा है, then it's fine. आंख मारे का जब मैंने रीमेक सुना था मुझे बहुत सही लगा था. काफी लोगों को लगा था नहीं यार ये ओरिजिनल से अच्छा नहीं है. But look at it, how the numbers that it did. हमने काला चश्मा रीमेक किया था. It was amazing. But then if the audience is not liking it, then there's no use. Do I like Masakali the remix? I'll be very honest with you. I have been so consumed by my own controversy. I haven't heard it yet.
Rahman himself put out a post which, and they said that, he was really angry and he doesn't usually do that. Remember during Hamma Hamma also, while he wasn't really on board, he said with Hamma Hamma in the beginning, he said, but, I remember in an interview, he said that, but at the end, it became a huge hit. So what am I supposed to say?
No. Okay. So I'll tell you this particular incident. So of course, like, it happened with us as well when we did Hamma, and but it worked. Like people loved the song, right? There was an initial friction, but then it was one of the highest. It was actually the highest streamed song that year. Like people loved it. So I was at an event, probably after 7 months of the release. Rahman sir was also there, and I was standing in one corner of the room. It was a big room, like a big hall, and sir was standing in another corner of the room. And I saw him, and then he called me with his finger, like, Of course, I had met him before. I'd worked with him before, so he called me. He was like, I like the song. And then he said, I am sorry, I was wrong. That's what he said.
So tell me, will you, like you said, you will not go into remixing full time like you did at that time. Will you stick by it? And the second part of the question is that, like with Genda Phool, you really sort of went into folk and you experimented. और आपने ये beginning में शुरुआत में आपने कहा कि मुझसे लोग कुछ typical चीजें expect करते हैं.
It's a shame in a country of 1.4 billion people, there is no global music pop star from India. It's a shame. It's a shame. There is no one who's representing India at a global level solidly. Like, no global pop star from India where music is consumed so much. Music runs through the blood. It's a shame. Genda Phool is our culture. Like that's the sound of India. Last night I was on Instagram live with an artist. His name is Camilo. He's one of the biggest Spanish singers. He's they're doing billions of views. He remembered the whole song. He knew the lyrics to the whole song. On live, he sang the song. He was like, bro, I love this song. This is what I want to do. If we can hum their songs, if we can dance to their songs, why can't they dance to our songs? Why not? And that's what we did with Genda Phool, and that's what happened. This song was trending in Japan.
And Arman, like you said, you want to take Indian music out there, and I was questioning him about how artists sometimes feel कि हमारे खुद के fans ना, they don't turn up in huge numbers for Indian artists, but they will do that if an international artist comes here. And that Indian artists को खुद ही उतना प्यार नहीं देते. And Arman said, I understand where this comes from, because artists are, like, unfortunately, the Indian music scene has been obsessed only with Bollywood majorly, and that is why, and actors have been the faces, and कभी अभी because of the internet अभी singers को पहचानने लगे हैं, उनकी एक वजूद बन गई है, उनकी एक personality को लोग पसंद करने लग गए हैं. And he spoke really candidly about that, saying that that is why I want to, and my international single for me is I want to take the music ahead. What are your thoughts on it? And we're going to end it on this note.
I absolutely agree, Rudrani. I think people need to look at other things. Like, music is done by musicians. I mean, I can't credit Udit sir for Govinda's great acting. But then again, I can't credit Govinda ji for Udit sir's great singing. I mean, but back in the day, we didn't even know. Like, हम बोलते थे अरे गोविंदा का गाना है या माधुरी का गाना है. इन सब के नाम लेके हम बोलते थे कि इनका गाना. We didn't know who the singer was, right? And now when I've grown up, I've just realized and learned to respect them even more, because staying behind the scenes and just giving their voices, But then I agree, like, I think cricket and Bollywood hog all the limelight. which is a little unfortunate. But having said that, I think Bollywood has been really kind. You know, they've accepted me the way I am. But then again, you know, we as musicians, like I said, you know, no global music pop stars. Forget global. No, like there are, you, but now it's changing. Now it's changing, and you know, with people like Arman, Guru, Neha, myself, I think, you know, I think Diljit, of course, again. I think the scenario is changing, which is very positive.
Thank you so much, Badshah. It was
Thank you,
lovely chatting
Radhani.
with you.
Watch E-Town News Monday to Friday at 9:30 p.m. only on Zoom.